محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد أفضل صلواتك بعدد معلوماتك وبارك وسلم وصل عليه. Ayah number 12. Walakum, and for you, nisfuma taraka azwajukum, and for you is the half of what your wives left behind. Illam yakul lahunna waladun, if they do not have a child. So a woman passed away and she left behind her husband, and the lady did not have any child, neither from this husband nor from another one. So the husband will take half of the property of that woman. Walakum, and for you, nisfuma taraka azwajukum, and for you is half of what your wives left behind. Illam yakul lahunna waladun, if they have no child. Fa'in kana lahunna waladun, but if they have a child, male or female. Falakumur rubu, then for you is 1/4 mimma tarakna, of what they have left behind. So if a woman passed away and she left her husband and her son, so now the husband will take 1/4 of her property and the son will take the remaining. And if she left behind her the husband and a daughter, so the husband will take 1/4 and the daughter will take half of the property. If she left the husband and 2 daughters, then the husband will take 1/4 and the 2 daughters will take 2/3 of the property. Got it? Yeah. So the solution will be like this. Bismillah. Zainab, a woman passed away. A husband and a son. So here the husband will take 1/4. So the remaining 3 will go to the son. If instead of son, there is the daughter, the husband will take 1/4 and she will take half of the property. Now if the woman had a brother or a nephew, the son of her brother, or an uncle, the brother of her father, so the remaining one will go to that. Like here. because he is the residue. If no residue is there, and this was the case, she had only these two, so he will take 1/4 and she will take half. So the remaining one, where it will go, we call it rad, return. So it will go to this daughter. So she will take that 3 as a return, which is called a rad. And if the daughters are 2, so now 2 daughters, they are eligible for 2/3 and husband for 1/4. So 4, denomination will be 12, denominator will be 12. Husband will take 3 out of 12. And these 2 daughters will take 2/3. Have 8. Now 1 remains. So if she had an uncle, so he will take that 1. But if no one is there as a residue, so that 1 will come also to these 2 daughters. Rather. Got it? وَلَكُمْ نِصْفُ مَا تَرَكَ أَزْوَاجُكُمْ, and for you there is half of what your wives left behind. إِن لَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُنَّ وَلَدٌ, if they don't have a child. فَإِنْ كَانَ لَهُنَّ وَلَدٌ, but if they had a child, فَلَكُمُ الرُّبُعُ, then for you there is 1/4 مِمَّا تَرَكْنَا, of what they have left behind. مِن بَعْدِ وَصِيَّةٍ, مِن بَعْدِ وَصِيَّةٍ, after the payment of legacies that they have bequeathed. The wasiyat. Min ba'di wasiyatin yusina biha aw dain, that they have bequeathed aw dainin aw ba'da adai dainin, or after the payments of debts. As I give you the basic principle, that tajheez and takfeen are burial expenses, number 1. And after that, payment of debts. Then, execution of will up to 1/3 of the remaining property. Because for more than 1/3, there is a need of the permission of the heirs. If they allow, that's okay. If not, so will would be executed only up to 1/3 of the remaining property. وَلَهُنَّ الرُّبُعُ. So now here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the will first and then debt. But in payment, debts are prior to will. Tajheez and takfeen is the personal need of the deceased. So in his property, first of all, that will take place. Then the second thing is the payment of debts. He owes to someone. And then after that, the execution of will, up to 1/3 of the remaining. But why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the wasiyah or the will before debt? Because for debt, there is a client. But for will, there is no client. For debt, the person concerned will come and he will ask for. But who will come for will? There is none. While that is wajib to be executed. So to put the importance of will in the mind of Muslims, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it before. And thus he gave an implied message to the people that yes, here in this world there will be none to ask you about the execution of will. But Allah is there. He will ask you people that why you people have not executed the will. Got it?
Yeah.
وَلَهُنَّ الرُّبُعُ, and for the woman, wives, and for the wives, الرُّبُعُ is 1/4. مِمَّا تَرَكْتُمْ, of what you have left behind. إِن لَمْ يَكُنْ لَكُمْ وَلَدٌ, if you do not have a child. So if Zayd is a person, he passed away, and he left behind him his wife, but he did not have any child, neither from this one nor from another wife. And he does not have the grandchild as well from son's side. Because when the son is not there, so the children of son are considered the children. Children of son are considered the children. Or even the children of grandson are considered the children. So as in the presence of a child, the deceased own child, the woman is taking 1/8. Same will be the case if he has a grandson or granddaughter from son's side, or even a great-grandson or great-granddaughter from son's side. Got it?
Yeah.
وَلَهُنَّ الرُّبُعُ, and for them there is 1/4 مِمَّا تَرَكْتُمْ, of what you have left behind. إِن لَمْ يَكُنْ لَكُمْ وَلَدٌ, if you do not have a child. فَإِنْ كَانَ لَكُمْ وَلَدٌ, but if you have a child. فَلَهُنَّ الثُّمُنُ, so then for the wives there is 1/8 مِمَّا تَرَكْتُمْ, what you have left behind. مِنْ بَعْدِ وَصِيَّةٍ, after execution of the wealth. تُوصُونَ بِهَا, you bequeathed. أَوْ دَيْنٍ, and after the payment of debts. So the solution will be like this. Zayd passed away, and he left behind his wife and uncle, mean father's brother, because he is residue. So as they do not have or does not have any child, so that's why a wife deserves 1/4. She will take 1 and the remaining 3 will go to the uncle. Got it? And keep in mind that if the wives are more than 1, so their share is not increasing. They share the same 1/4. For example, wife, 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 and 1 uncle. So they all together, they have 1/4. So for them is 1/4. Got it? Is there will be fractions, so that's why 1, 2, 3, 4. So you multiplied this with ru'us. So the shares will go to 16. So the property would be made 16 shares. So here, they will take 4 shares, everybody 1. Got it? And the remaining 12, it will go to the uncle. It will go to the uncle. Got it? But if the deceased has a child, deceased has a child, so again, the wife deserve what? Say? 1/8, yes. And the daughter? Half. So denominator will be 8. The wife will take 1 and half of the property will go to the daughter, which is 4. So 4 plus 1, 5. How much remained there? 3. So that 3 will go to the daughter as rad and return. Got it? And again, for more than 1 wife, if that is the case, so out of 8, 1 will go to the 4 wives. 1/8, they will share. Got it? And the daughter will take 4. But here, that is not distributed without fraction. So again, how much is the number? 4. And same is the case here. Now 16 and 4, 20. How much remain there? 12. So that will go to the daughter as return. She will take how much? 28. Got it or not? But this is the way how to the solution. Otherwise, easily you can say that 1/8 will go to them and the remaining to the daughter. Yes? So an aggregate, that will be okay. But as far as science of inheritance is concerned, for a student or for a teacher who is learning inheritance or who is teaching inheritance, to say it like this, that 1/8 will go to the 4 wives and the remaining 7, it will go to the daughter. That's a wrong solution. From academic point of view, that's a wrong solution. The proper solution is that they will take 1/4, yes, and half will go to the daughter. But there something remains. What we will do with that? We will see if there is any residue or asaba, like uncle. So we will give it to the uncle. Got it? If the uncle is not there, so then what we will do? We will give it back to the daughter as radd. As what? As radd. But if the case is that if instead of daughter there is son, so now they will take one, but as fraction is coming, got it? So they took how much? 4 out of 32. How much remain? 28. So as he is residue, so then the solution will be direct. Because the residue is taking the remains. Residue is taking the remain. Got it? And let's say like this, that if there is son and a daughter, so now, here, how much remain? 28. And here, because of son, daughter, even though she is a sharer, originally she is not a residue. She is what? She is a sharer, but because of son, which is the brother of this daughter, she became residue. Got it? She became residue and asaba. Now the remaining, they will take it 2 to 1. 2 to 1. Now, what is the relation or proportion of 3 to 28? 3 because he is equal to 2. 2 daughters. So they are 3 altogether. Yeah. So what's the relation? Say, tawafuq, they are equal. Say, tadakhul, that 28 could be divided by 3 equally? No. So neither tamasul nor tadakhul. Tawafuq, there is a third digit which can divide them equally, both the digits. There is no any common digit there between 3 and 28. So that's why these 3, you will multiply it here. And also here. Got it? As they had 28, both of them. How they will take? How much? 84. So now 2 to 1, divide it. Yes. 84 divided by 3. 28. So she will take 28. And he will take 56. Got it? Yes. Or not it? Now, to find out whether you solved the problem or the issue properly or not. What is here? And what came here? 96. So it means that solution is proper. Got it? Yes. What do you observe? Yes. The same thing. Yes, the same thing you will divide. So, Maulvi Yusuf, science of inheritance. When? Say. Okay.
Maybe we can do once a week starting.
So what, in his absence, Waqas said? Say it. Waqas said that every male has to do qurbani. I said, no, not every male. Every male and female both. If they have that much money, which can accommodate. He said, but Maulvi Yusuf said like this. I said, let me Huh? You said it or not?
No.
So, I think that whatever wrong he expresses, he said it. He says it for you. Yes? So I told him that let me tell Maulvi Yusuf, he will be having a proper answer for you. Yes, so what's your answer?
Not everybody.
No, just tell him that why you said it, attributed it to me.
I need a way out.
So it means that whatever sin you have to, yes, put it on Maulvi Yusuf's shoulder. It means that he is your good buddy. Yes. Allahu Akbar. وَلَهُنَّ الرُّبُعُ, and for them is 1/4. مِمَّا تَرَكْتُمْ, of what you have left behind, إِن لَّمْ يَكُن لَّكُمْ, if you do not have a child. فَإِن كَانَ لَكُمْ وَلَدٌ, but if you have a child, فَلَهُنَّ الثُّمُنُ, so then for them there is 1/8 مِمَّا تَرَكْتُمْ, what the legacies. Adi wasiyatin tusuna biha, after the legacies you have bequeathed with. Aw dainin aw ba'da adai dainin. While kana rajulun, and if the deceased was a man, yurasu, who was inherited. So he is not inherited. His property is inherited. But this is alaqatul majaz. Yes, Maulvi Yusuf? This is what? Alaqatul majaz. How many alaqat of majaz are there? You didn't study Maulvi al-Husami. Otherwise, you would have learnt it. You haven't studied Mukhtar-Rumani. Otherwise, you would have learnt it. 24. وَإِنْ كَانَ رَجُلٌ يُورَثُ كَلْعَالَةً, and if the deceased was a man, yurasu, who was inherited, mean whose property was inherited. Kalalatan, so this is hal. Kalalatan? Hala kawnihi kalalatan. Hala kawnihi kalalatan. Now, who is the kalala? So for kalala, you have to the last ayah of Surah Nisa. Ayah number 176. Yastaftunak, they ask you for a fatwa. And what's this fatwa? That's a legal opinion. That's what? Legal opinion. Yastaftunaka, they ask you for a legal opinion. In what? So from the answer it is known. Yastaftunaka fil kalala. Yastaftunaka fil kalala. That they ask you about kalala. Qul say, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Allah yuftikum. Allah is giving you a legal verdict fil kalala. In kalala. In imru'un halaka. In imru'un. What is imru'un? What does it mean? Say. Say. In Imru'un halaka, if a person died, Imru'un is not means man, because kalala could be a man and could be a woman. So what we will translate? How we will translate? Say, a person. In Imru'un halaka, if a person died, laysa lahu waladun, having no child or grandchild. No child or grandchild. Laysa lahu waladun, having no child or grandchild. And based on the riwayah of Ibn Abbas from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, laysa lahu waladun wala walidun. Laysa lahu waladun wala walidun. He does not have child, nor he has father. He does not have child, nor he has father. So that is kalala. Means a man passed away, having no child or grandchild, nor has a father. Or a woman passed away, having no child, grandchild, or a father. So that is the definition of kalala. Now go back to your sabak. وَإِنْ كَانَ رَجُلٌ, and if the deceased was a man, if the deceased was rajulun, a person. So this rajul is also in the meaning of person. وَإِنْ كَانَ رَجُلٌ, and if the deceased was a person, يُورَثُ كَلَالَةً, who was inherited, whose property was inherited, حَالَ كَوْنِهِ كَلَالَةً. حَالَ كَوْنِهِ كَلَالَةً, in a condition that he was kalala. Or the rajul, take it in the meaning of rajul, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here, he mentioned imra'a as well. وَإِنْ كَانَ رَجُلٌ, if the deceased was a man, أَوْ imra'atun, because that أَوْ imra'atun is mentioned here in this ayah. Got it? That is mentioned. وَإِنْ كَانَ رَجُلٌ, if the deceased was a man, يُورَثُ كَلَالَةً, who was inherited, حَالَ كَوْنِهِ كَلَالَةً, in a condition that he was kalala, أَوْ إِمْرَأَةٌ, this is عَطَفْ عَلَى رَجُلٌ. This is عَطَفْ عَلى إيش? على رجل. وَإِنْ كَانَ رَجُلٌ أَوْ إِمْرَأَةٌ يُورَثُ كَلَالَةً وَلَهُ أَخٌ أَوْ أُخْتٌ, and for that kalala. Now this ha, the zamir is raji to kalala, maybe male or female. Walahu, and for that kalala was akhun, a brother, aw ukhtun, or a sister. So this brother and sister, that is akhyafi. Walahu akhun min al aw ukhtun min al. He had a brother from mother's side or a sister from mother's side. Got it? And why it is so? Because the ayah which I have taken you to, the last ayah, there is the akh and the ukht mentioned, so that is ayani and allati. That is what? Ayani and allati. But this one, that is what? That is akhyafi. Yes, from mother's side, the brother and sister is called akhyafi. From father's side, he is called alati. And from both sides, he is called ayani. Got it? That is the legal term in science of inheritance. Walahu akhun, and for him there was a brother from mother's side, min al أو أخت, our sister from mother's side. فلكل واحد, so far every one of them, as-sudusu is 1/6 of the property. And this is the case, the only case in inheritance. والإخوة والأخوات الأخيافية سواء في القسمة والاستحقاق. But Yusuf, write it down on the والإخوة والأخوات الأخيافية سواء في القسمة والاستحقاق. Wrote it?
Yeah.
What you wrote?
والإخوة والأخوات الأخلاقية سواء في القسمة والاستحقاق.
والاستحقاق. So here there is no distinction of male and female. If the deceased Kalala, he had one brother from mother's side, he will take 1/6. If he had one sister from mother's side, she will take 1/6. That is called istihqaq. That's called what? Istihqaq. And if they are more than one, like one brother and one sister, so that comes. فَإِنْ كَانُوا أَكْثَرَ مِنْ ذَلِكَ, if they were more than one. If they were more than one, yani more than one brother, more than one sister, or more than or one brother and one sister. So means he died, he had two brothers. He died, he had two sisters. He died, he had two sisters. Or he died, he had one brother or one sister. But their total number was two or more. From other side, the brother sister, their number was two or more. فَإِنْ كَانُوا أَكْثَرَ مِنْ ذَلِكَ, if they were more than that, means two or more. فَهُمْ شُرَكَاءُ فِي الثُّلُثِ, so they are sharer in 1/3 of the property. So if they are two in number, so then they will take 1/3 of the property. They will take 1/3 on the, and this is the qisma. The first one was istihqaq. Now this is the qisma. So now if one brother, look at me, and one sister, and they took 1/3, so it may not be distributed to them 2-1, but it would be distributed to them equally. Half of that will go to the brother and half will go to the sister. Min ba'di wasiyatin, after the legacy is yusabiha, which has been bequeathed awdainil, after payment of debts, ghayra mudharin, حال كونه غير مضار حال كونه غير مضار in a condition that no loss is caused to anyone. No loss is caused to anyone. Wasiyatam min Allah, and this is a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wallahu alimun halim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ever all-knowing and most forbearing. Tilka hududullah, these are the rules of Allah. Had is actually the boundary or the limit, but here that is in the meaning of rule. Because rule and law is also a boundary. Nobody is allowed to violate it. Tilka hududullah, these are the rules or laws of Allah. So when Allah said, Tilka hududullah, wa hududullahi la budda wa an tuta'a. وحدود الله سيمور يوسف وحدود الله لا بد وأن تطاع. Write it down. وحدود الله لا بد وأن تطاع, and the rules of Allah must be obeyed. تلك حدود الله, these are the rules of Allah, and the rules of Allah must be obeyed. وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ, so now it will base upon. Yes, this portion of ayah will get based upon. That وَحُدُودُ اللَّهِ لَا بُدَّ وَأَن تُطَاعَ وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ, and whosoever will obey Allah and His Messenger, يُدْخِلْهُ جَنَّاتٍ, so He will admit him jannatin, to the gardens, tajri min tahtiha al-anhar, where beneath it the rivers will flow, khalidina fiha, abiding there forever, wa zalika al-fawzul azim, and that is a great success. Wa man ya'si Allah wa rasulahu, and whosoever will disobey Allah and His Messenger, wa yata'adda hududa, and transgress hududa, His rules, يُدْخِلْهُ نَارًا, so he will admit him naran to the fire, khalidan fiha, everlasting, abiding there forever. وَلَهُ عَذَابٌ مُهِينٌ, and for him there is a humiliating torment. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين.